Okay, guys, we are here with Claudia. This is it. Haven't touched her. She's 2 days post-op. She had her surgery on Monday. ACL, meniscus, and I'm sure. How many anchors did they do?
2, I think.
So, and again, she walked in on here on a walker, and this is where I haven't, like I said, I haven't touched her. When you're going for post-operative care, guys, with movement lesson, you can do it day of surgery. You just have to tell people that you're working with, this is not physical therapy. I'm not going for muscle-based activation. But she now has a different knee. She has a new knee. And now, this doesn't mean that they've reconstructed her knee. They fixed her ACL and meniscus and some other repairs. But I need to get her system to accept it. Right? I can't even begin to tell you how gentle this touch is. And this is what people also don't understand. I touch the same maybe for a newborn baby as I would for post-operative care. I'm just enough to activate the system, the body. How is it done? Guys, through gentle rotational touch. I'm not sitting here doing woo-woo stuff. I'm not looking for range of motion. I'm not looking for patterning. None of those conversations make sense to your cognitive brain because it doesn't know that it's there. I mean, I've worked hardcore, guys. I worked one time with a woman with her knee got infected, full knee replacement got infected, so they had to take the knee out for 6 weeks. And literally, she didn't have a leg to stand on, and she walked out of my door after one lesson. Yeah, you can say I've done incredible things. It's not doing incredible things. I'm here to help you. It doesn't matter if it's a baby or it's my 40-year-old baby right here. I've known Claudia now for what are we on now? 12 years? You know, because I've been working with her son, who is now a teenager, and I've worked with the whole family. It is what it is. Weird. And so all I'm doing right now is to start off with this is to set up that the surgery, the knee is accepted as soon as it can by the brain. Why is this important? Atrophy. Right? If you work and go with standard, you have to go through surgery recovery right away and then go into your therapy program. The biggest problem on that is atrophy. Why? Because when the leg or the arm or whatever the body part is disconnected from cognitive function, atrophy is instant. That's why you'll have more atrophy from a broken arm than you will from being in the bed for 5 days for the flu. And that's why that happens. So I really need to get in there, and then with this touch, I can say it now, but you'll see it within a couple of days because we'll be covering this a lot. She won't have any atrophy, right, in this leg. And you'll say, why? Well, because again, she had movement lesson this fast. She'll be working on conventional movement lesson, which is this full-on touch, and she'll also be getting an in-house exercise program or whatever you want to call it, but it'll still be movement lesson based, but a lot of you people maybe do or don't realize it, but we have a lot of equipment here, and I'm actually going to put her on where she can work on herself. I'll work on the programs for it, but also that she's getting the care of the equipment, the bands, and so forth, and go from there. So now already, and she can probably tell you, her leg, you can feel your leg starting to move now. Mm-hmm. So when we did, and if you haven't seen it, where I did her evaluation beforehand, on this leg, what got traumatized was her weight transfer. On the other leg was the transitional skills, and then where we need to work on the rotation on her back. Now right here, I'm really noticing whatever happened here. And again, whatever happened. Who knows what happened during surgery? Just like I tell you with the babies, I'm getting in. I know I need my weight transfer when I don't need certain skills. Again, I'm probably moving her about 1 millimeter. She just had surgery on Monday. I'm not here to interrupt any of the doctor's care. However, the doctor doesn't know about people like me. There we go. And so they're going to be like, no, because they just hear therapy. If you have any questions throughout this process, it's hard for me to look at the live right now. I'm recording everything. So, of course, it can go into a course. But I'm just going up right now from here to here and feeling where she's getting stopped. So, again, now she's getting stopped in here. Stop, what do I mean by that? It's like, you know, the old telephone line, the game that we had as a kid where you had to, like, or you whisper and you say, I like peanut butter and jelly. By the time it gets to the end of the line, it's like, I like nuts, you know, because of the people just don't, there's gaps in the information. And that's where I'm going. I'm hitting her gaps. Why is that important? This is also why, too, people either can't get off the walkers or the walkers cause you're fine, post issues because the back now hurts and this kind of thing. There we go. And Claudia's had movement lesson for again, over a decade. So she's going to respond real fast as well. And also, too, we didn't cover it or do an interview before surgery. We did it where I did her evaluation. Gosh, she was like a different person. You know, you're scared. And that's the problem is with most surgeries. Everybody thinks a surgery is the answer. The surgery is just like, I need a ball to play baseball. The surgery is important. You can't play baseball without the ball. But you need the team members, you know, for the whole team to play baseball. And so by having a pre-check and the way I evaluated her and what was her plan, I think her brain was pretty happy that she was going into this, like this was just a part of it, was the surgery, instead of being like everything rides on the surgery and what's going to happen. Are you comfortable? Mm-hmm. I don't care if I know the person real well or don't. I check in with them because a lot of people will also be like, oh, well, you're Michelle. You can do whatever you want to me. No, I can't. I have to make sure you are comfortable, and I'll check in on them. And also, too, people are used to, like, she's been walking around with this knee for a little bit longer than she should have, but she finally did the good damage around Thanksgiving, so, and we needed to go this route. But also, too, by doing movement lesson, I'm not saying she had a bad doctor because she had a good doctor, but it's not, people think, too, if it doesn't work right, it's the surgery process, again, that happened, and it's not, it's this part. The reattachment and going into of just being weight transfer is really important. Now I'm going to move the live me around, basically on the live, so hold on. You get to play with Claudia. I'll break these down for the course, but so again, I'm just working on if my touch is just this much. I mean, I'm just. But of course, guys, you know, I'm sure half of you are going, well, what kind of touch? It's the water bowl. You really learned about this. If you guys are thinking about doing the 1-year Blitz practitioner training, you know, this is really something to consider because the first segment, it really is touch. And so you'll get to see a lot of this in the your training support. If you don't know, we're going through the 4 segments of training now, and it'll include the cognitive vision and all the milestone courses and the NMA training, not the free NMA, but the training course. Now, one of the things here, and you've got to be really careful of, now, I should be able to flex her. I'm not going to. I'm not doing weight and range of motion. But because she's walking, and the walking will be a 90 degrees, but you can see right now she's comfortable about here. I'm not going to go past that. Again, I'm just here to bring everything on. One of the things that was really upsetting to me, I was watching there's a Netflix on Aaron Rodgers, and he's a quarterback for the Jets, and he had a big ACL thing. One of the major things they didn't do for this child, unless they just didn't show it, but I wasn't happy with his rehabilitation recovery, and he's just not going to play football the same. He can if he came to me, but they never worked on that drop of the heel. And that's something too, even if you watch the live that I did today with Easton, with his condition and so forth, that's one of the things that, his mom was wondering, when is he going to get that knee separation of bringing one knee down and the other knee up in standing, which he ended up doing today after the live, so that was pretty cool. But is that the heel mechanism with various forms, he doesn't have true cerebral palsy. He's got a genetic condition, but it presents as such. And it's that ability to bring the heel below and above the foot. But if you're stepping back for balance, if you're stepping back to throw a football, and again, this is one thing that you'll really learn when you're learning the importance of movement lesson, that everybody wants a motion or milestone to go forward. I'm actually much more about going the backwards, because the brain is happy when it can get in and out of a situation. So this is also where it's going to really change her again today, is because after this lesson, she's going to know that the surgery was successful. She can get in and out of things easier, and that peace of mind comes into play. When we can get in and out of a situation, I don't care if it's going to a funeral or playing a football game, that's when the brain is complete and happy, and you get those social, emotional, as well as the cognitive gains. So with that, I'm going to stop the live. You can continue on into the ACL course if it interests you. I'll be doing the lives like this as we work with it, but I want Claudia to have her time as well, and so she can get the most out of her movement lesson sessions just as well. She's being generous for letting us film all of this. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.